Player on. Press any button to learn about its function. Sleep. Pressing the sleep button once will play 15 minutes of the book, and then stop the machine. Pressing the sleep button twice will play the book for 30 minutes, 3 times for 45 minutes, and 4 times for 60 minutes before stopping playback. Fast forward. Press this fast forward button once to move forward 5 seconds in the book. Press and hold this fast forward button to move further forward in the book. The longer you hold the button down, the more quickly you will move forward. The player will tell you how far the reading position has moved. If you hold down the fast forward button for 10 seconds, you will advance 15 minutes in the book. If you hold down the fast forward button longer than 10 seconds, the reading position will continue moving progressively faster to the next chapter, where it will then move from chapter to chapter. You will hear a beep at the start of each chapter. If you hold down the fast forward button long enough, you will reach the end of the book. When you release the fast forward button after moving to a different chapter, the player will announce the name of that chapter and play from its beginning. If the player was stopped prior to pressing the fast forward button, you will need to press the play button to hear the book.
Well, let's press that play button.
Play, stop. To start or stop playing a book, use the large play stop button. When the book is playing, press this same button to stop the play. When you press play again, the book will continue playing where you last stopped. If the cartridge contains more than one book, then pressing and holding the play stop button for 2 seconds will enter the bookshelf. From the bookshelf, you may select from the books available using the rewind and fast forward buttons. To exit the bookshelf and play the book, press the play stop button again. When you have explored all the buttons and are ready to play a book, insert a cartridge into the slot located in the front center of the player. Insert the end of the cartridge opposite the finger hole first. Push firmly to lock into place. There is a retractable handle that may be used to transport the player.
This thing.
You may store the power cord in the space at the back of the player when battery powered or when the player is not in use.
Okay. This button has the R emblem. It's probably the rewind. Let's listen to its little presentation.
Rewind. Press this rewind button once to move backward 5 seconds in the book. Press and hold this rewind button to move back further in the book. The longer you hold the button down, the more quickly you move backward. The player will tell you how far the reading position has moved. If you hold down the rewind button for 10 seconds, you will back up 15 minutes in the book. If you hold down the rewind button longer than 10 seconds, the reading position will continue moving progressively faster back to the previous chapter, where it will then move from chapter to chapter. You will hear a beep at the start of each chapter. If you hold down the rewind button long enough, you will reach the beginning of the book. When you release the rewind button after moving to a different chapter, the player will announce the name of that chapter and play from its beginning. If the player was stopped prior to pressing the rewind button, you will need to press the play button to hear the book. It is not necessary to rewind the book before returning it to the library.
Let's hit the power button.
Power. Battery charge remaining. 1 hour. Power cord operated. Press this power button to turn the player off. Press the power button again to turn the player back on. If the player is running on battery and not playing the book, it will automatically turn off after 30 minutes to preserve battery power. Information. To hear the current reading position, battery status, and power source, press this information button. You may press the information button repeatedly to step through these items. You may also press and hold the information button to play the built-in user guides. Press and hold the information button again to close the user guide. Battery charge remaining. 1 hour.
Yeah, we got 12 cases out in the garage. You can see it.
And then turn up, turn down, speed up, speed down. Previous item, navigation menu. Next item button. And that's all the buttons.
So well in it, we got them for 3 years.
So let's see.
Yeah.
Let me know what your button you think is your favorite. It can be any. If you don't have a favorite, you don't have to leave a comment. But That's the player. Let's keep on charging it up here. And I'm gonna shut it off.
Power. Battery charge remaining. 1 hour. Power cord operated. Press this power button to turn the player off.
Davey, you got me in trouble.
Let me here. That is Talking Book Player button presentation.